You think you know me.
On this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. A better place in a broken dream, and we'll leave it all behind. On this day, it's so real to me. Everything has come to life. Another chance to chase a dream. Another chance to feel alive.
And we're back this week after an action-packed week one, which we saw the defending champs win. Yes, of course. Maybe not the most prettiest win, but we'll get into that. But I got the one and only Vinny Talarico in the house. How you doing, Vinny?
Doing real good, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Because, you know, I can't think of you. I can't think of a better person to talk Eagles football about that gets into it more than you and Giancarlo. But right now, we got you in the house, and we're gonna punch this take out. So we watched a lot of stuff happen. You know, I mean, it was definitely, I think what I saw in terms of viewership, like the second most viewed opening game in history. I mean, minus, I think the viewership in terms of numbers decreased after the whole lightning delay, and some people out in a bar somewhere had to spend more money, just saying. But minus all that, it was still a good showing, and, you know, I'm glad to see us come out to win. You know, banner night, everything. It was a really good celebration, and it was cool to see it and stick it to Jerry Jones and his fucking Cowboys. But something that happened before the game, as we all know, we saw somebody hwak-tuey on somebody, and that somebody was Jalen Carter on Dak Prescott. So a lot of hoopla around this. I mean, what was actually said, what was actually done. I mean, the actions that we do see on camera, minus lip reading and everything. We saw, you know, Jalen Carter spit on him. But before that, I mean, we could also rewind it. We could also see Dak Prescott hiding behind his men and kind of spitting at his shoes. And maybe even iterating something that pushed the boundaries for Jalen Carter to spit on somebody. I'm not condoning spitting on anybody. If someone spits on me, we're going to square up. That's just what it is. But Dak Prescott, you know, being who he is, pushed some type of button for Jalen Carter to come out. Now, there's been rumors saying that, you know, he was saying that it could have been, that's why your friend died. You know, going into light about the drag racing incident after the national championship game at Georgia when Jalen Carter and his friend died in the passenger seat. So there's a lot to this. And if I can kind of understand if in emotional states of things where things can get, you know, acclimated and stuff, if Prescott was to say something like that, I can understand why he spit on him. I'm not saying I can understand the action. I'm not saying I condone it. But what do you think about this whole thing, Vinny? Because there's a lot to think about towards it.
Yeah, well, it definitely took the entire energy out of the game just from watching it at home. Like, imagine you're at the stadium, it's banner night, week one, you've known this is going to be the opening game for months, and then you hear the referee come over the intercom saying that 98 has been disqualified. Dude, and you're just like, there's no way that happened. And even when I was watching the game at home, I'm like, did I just hear that right? The first thing I do, I go on Twitter. I'm like refreshing my feed every 2 seconds to make sure if I heard that correctly. And then I just thought it was ironic that it took the broadcast about well into the third quarter or maybe right before halftime of the incident where Dak did spit towards him. But that doesn't, you know, honestly, if you're a Cowboys fan, that's like, if you're a Cowboys fan, like, that's just kind of like Dak playing some mind games on somebody that has shown in the past that he's vulnerable to whether it's trash talking or being able to keep his emotions in check. And Carter was the only Eagle that was closer to the Cowboys huddle during that incident. So he was in a situation that was avoidable. And I feel like we as Eagles fans, since he's our guy, and to me, like, there's not a bigger Jalen Carter fan than me. Since the moment they drafted him, going into last year, going into this year, I think he's the best player on the team. I said that a couple times on here. I still stand by it. And his absence was definitely felt in that game. They ran for 120 yards. The first drive looked like a 7-on-7 drill because the Cowboys' offense.
I know.
And what really sucks about it, too, is we talked about it right before we came on. Going into the game, they deactivated Ty Robinson, which really surprised me. And then you put Jordan Davis and Moro Ojimo in kind of a vulnerable spot where those guys are, well, not much of Davis, but Ojimo is more of a rotational player to where they come in for certain plays and certain packages. And now you're not able to use Carter that gets double teams, which frees up a one-on-one for Ojimo in pass rushing situations. It's hard to block Jordan Davis with just one person, especially if Carter's next to him. You're not able to run certain plays on defense. You're not able to call certain stunts as a defensive line if he's not there. So I feel the defensive game plan really was kind of thrown out literally right before the first play. And it really sucked because, Carter's a guy that's going to get a pretty hefty contract at the end of the year. He's going to be one of the faces of your team. And, a lot of people were saying, well, there's not a veteran presence on that defense that's able to pull him away from that situation. At this point of his career, he should be the veteran presence to know not to get in that situation.
Yeah.
And I just felt like what you said, if you look at the lip reading from Dak said, I said to Jalen Carter, why would I want to spit on you? But if you look at the lip reading, it sounds like he said, your boy died.
That's what I pick up. I mean, I'm not a professional lip reader.
But another part of me, too, which kind of feel like, Dak Prescott, if you know his personal story about his mother and his brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he would have some empathy for somebody like Jalen Carter who's been in a situation where, at a young age, something like that can really stick with you.
Right.
But Jalen Carter, last year against the Falcons, he got benched in the first quarter.
The Redskins.
And then, because allegedly he had missed one meeting, but I don't think, or he was late to a meeting. Unless it's Vic Fangio just really sticking his foot down and being like a new sheriff in town and telling Nick, hey, if you're late to my meetings, I'm going to bench you for one quarter. And then the next week against the Saints, because they lost the Falcons game, but the next week against the Saints, he had the best game of his life up until the Rams playoff game.
Right.
So maybe next week I think he's going to play against Kansas City. The NFL hasn't suspended him. But I think the Eagles might do something where, he already lost the game check. He got fined close, I think, over
almost 60,000
50 or 60 grand.
Almost
yeah,
60,000.
So he lost a huge chunk of money. And if he does something like this again, it just kind of proves that he really doesn't care. Like you've already lost the game check out of this. You almost cost your team a win. And from all the questions that Sirianni was asked about it, he was asked pretty good questions about, where do you draw the line when trying to win football games and hold your guys accountable? Well, that's one of the core values of the team that he talks about in press conferences.
Right.
He talks about it in post-game interviews with the players when he's breaking it down after the game. Accountability. And if you're not going to discipline him other than a fine from the NFL, where do you draw the line as a coach with your other players if they do something wrong? Whether it's at practice that we don't see or at the game where, in this case, everybody saw it.
Right. No, I hear you on that 1,000%. I mean, actions always show, and we saw the action at hand here. And, we did see Carter apologize and say what he had to say, but, there is a history here. I mean, we've been a little... like you said, we've seen the incidents. We saw the Washington Commanders game go out a little bit of control last year where CJGJ got disqualified, but we saw, Carter in the mix-up of things there. So Carter does have, a bit of a reputation, but it's in a different era, it's we're familiar with, nasty players like this, like Warren Sapp and stuff like this, psychologically and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's a dirty player on the field.
Or
he's not going out there. I mean, I know there was the incident against Pittsburgh where he slapped Darnell Washington in the helmet.
Yeah.
But the very play prior to that, Washington and Slay got into a scuffle that caused a fight in the back of the end zone.
Right. He's just defending his guy.
And that was just a chippy game too. In that Saints game, you could say, he had some late hits on Derek Carr, or he went at it with Trevor Penning. But that was a chippy game, too, where they were both going back and forth. That hit to Devontae Smith in that game was a late hit.
Yeah.
And then somebody on the Saints, that video got slowed down and somebody from the Saints, it was number 93, spit on Smith, too.
Yeah, he spit on one. I do remember that. That's actually a good point.
Yes. And, I don't think, when you look at Carter and, it's not like he's getting hit with the 15-yard penalty during the game because he's taking a blatant dive at a quarterback's knee.
Right.
Like you look at Ndamukong Suh, he was a dirty player.
That's a different
But
type
Suh
of
is another player that Carter gets compared to for all the right and wrong reasons. From a talent standpoint, he's very comparable to him, just like Warren Sapp.
Right.
I would love for him to just, when everybody asks Aaron Donald, who's the next great defensive tackle in football, I wish Jalen Carter would kind of hear Aaron Donald saying it's him. But, saying it without saying it, I just wish he would do the things off the field and on the field where he's not getting in trouble and just let his play do the talking. Because I would have rather Carter not spit on Dak, and then maybe the first play of the game, go ahead and take a late hit off.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This situation just could have been handled a lot better. I understand emotions
just let your
in the
play
heat of
do
the
the
moment.
talking for
yeah,
you.
exactly.
That's it.
But that's maturity and growth as a player too. And like you said, you need to be a leader in this situation. This is your third year coming in. You know what I mean? Like, we already see what you can do on the field, but your actions have to show through and reflect it through your teammates as well, and that was not a good one. And like you said, I mean, he kind of, he was kind of like looking for trouble, getting closer and jawing and everything. I understand that happens and everything, but like a guy like that that's in the trenches, like you said too, things can get really chippy and emotions and everything. And especially like a guy like him, I mean, he definitely likes to impose his will on whoever's across from him on the line and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to affect him getting a new contract. I think the Eagles are definitely still give him a new contract.
I don't think it's going to affect him getting a new contract, but just in the terms of that he's going to get one. Between now and then, if you're the Eagles, you would like to see him learn from this and not repeat this mistake. Because if it does happen again, like maybe they don't give him a huge contract until maybe after next year, or maybe they just tell him, hey, we're going to give you a contract, but it's not going to be guaranteed based off of your past behaviors. Until we see you clean that up, we can't commit to you because you're becoming a liability by A, getting into trouble while you're in the game, and in this situation, you weren't even allowed to play in the game.
I know.
So,
I mean, God forbid this was in a game that actually meant more, and you're not able to actually show up. But we'll keep that in mind. I definitely think the Eagles, in terms of, when things get to the business side of things and on the table of things, I think they'll have more leverage here, and they'll have to.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll see how that breaks down. But I did want to ask you, we kicked their ass. I mean, we didn't kick their ass, excuse me, but we won. And moving forward, we're going to Kansas City for a rematch, which I think we should be playing home. But whatever. What do you expect? What do you expect this weekend?
Well, hopefully, the news today of Goddard being hurt with the knee sprain kind of. The passing game was not great against Dallas, but I think AJ's still battling the hammy. I don't think he's 100%, and I think he's been out there as a decoy because, they did a pretty good job on Saquon, not as much as Jalen because, the Cowboys were in a lot of man coverage, and Jalen was able to make plays in the running game by himself.
Right. They wanted Jalen Hurts to beat them.
Yes, and I always kind of felt like him and Goddard never really had a good mesh. I don't know what it is. They just really haven't. They haven't been consistent like we've seen in the past where, like, it was Wentz and Ertz were, like, always on the same page, or Foles and Ertz are always on the same page here.
I feel, I can see that.
Yeah, but I do feel like that this is a game they should win. I think they should win pretty handily. I mean, you want to talk about players on offense not being available. You look at the Chiefs; they don't have their top 2 wide receivers right now.
I know, that's huge.
And
fucking
Travis
idiot,
Kelce,
bro. Fucking idiot. I know. I know he's taking accountability for this shit, but like, still, bro, it's your 13th year, like you said. But like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and Travis Kelce. I mean, he did score a touchdown last week, but he did not look. He doesn't look like himself at all. And we kind of saw that.
Yeah.
We saw that in the Super Bowl, man. And he was neutralized by Vic Fangio once. And maybe because of CJ playing safety.
Right.
And maybe we don't have that this year, but we got Jahad Campbell this year, who I think is
stud, bro.
He was spectacular.
I see some Navarro Bowman in him.
I see a little bit of that, or maybe Lance Briggs too.
Just like sideline to sideline.
He's going to be a 3-down linebacker, and I feel like also, when he came at Alabama, coming out of Timber Creek, he was the number 1 edge rusher in the country.
Right, he's got that ability.
So he can do a lot of different things, and what I like about that is, let's say if teams try to go no huddle and try to catch the defense in like a bad situation because of personnel, you can put him at linebacker, you can put him at defensive end, you can put him standing up and blitzing. He can do anything, and he can cover, which is great.
I know. I mean, like, how about the Cowboys last week, bro? They, like, how many times did they try to throw it to their tight ends down the middle? Like, and it wasn't a successful thing. I'm just like, what the fuck? I was like, you trying to? I didn't understand that. Like, how many?
It seems like all their big plays in that game, I mean, besides the catch the CD to start the game on the first drive, and the big run by Miles, which the very next play, he fumbled the ball, which is what he did in Philly, and he's doing it in Dallas. A lot of their big plays just came because the referees just, tossed the flag on the
That's what I'm saying, too. Like, that's what I'm trying to, like, understand. When people were, like, telling me, the Eagles, blah, 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 they almost lost that game. I'm like, well, what game were you really watching? Because, like, that one hit in the end zone to Ferguson. I'm like, Dak, why are you throwing? I'm like, do you want your player to get killed here? Like, you're putting your player in a position where he's not going to make the catch, and you're just trying to bait him. And honestly, that's like, it's really dangerous. Honestly, you're lucky the guy got up. Honestly, because like he fucking got creamed by fucking Blankenship. And just and the penalties too, the pass interference. I'm like, this is bullshit. I mean, I understand they attacking the Dory Jackson. Everyone's got that on their billboard as they fucking play the Eagles. So we're gonna.
Well, I hope the Eagles don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't want to see a Dory Jackson. And speaking of that pass to Jake, that was like a hospital ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, if I'm Jake Ferguson, I'm pissed as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, I wasn't open here.
And, like, another thing, too, like, what is Blankenship supposed to do? Like, he was already...
That's what I'm saying. He was already in the motion of hitting him. You know what I mean? He's trying to play for the ball.
You can't stop on a dime in midair.
No.
It's impossible.
It's fucking stupid.
But in terms of Adoree Jackson, I mean, Vic Fangio did say when
Mr.
they
C,
traded
right?
for him
I
in
played
training
C.
camp. Yeah, a C. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Vic Fangio was asked about it, and like he kind of put it pretty blunt. He's like, "Yeah, I don't make the personnel decisions here. There's been other teams that had Adoree Jackson, and they gave up on him." Like he said that, like straight up to all the, and that's who Vic Fangio is, man. Like
Yeah.
he
He'll
was
call it
that
how he
same
sees
defense.
it.
He calls it how he sees it, and
Yeah.
that's what he did last year with Devin White. That's what he did last year with Bryce Huff.
Right.
And he was just like, "Hey, listen, I don't
You don't
I don't
fit.
care how much money they're making. I don't care about your past. If you're not on the field right now for me, and you're not making the impact that I need on my defense, and there's other guys that are, you're not going to play over them."
Well, that's why that's why they're having issues with Ojulari right now, and that's why they picked up Zaire Smith. You know what I mean? Like he's not available.
And I hope that the whole reason why Bennett didn't get as many snaps on the outside, he's still trying to learn the defense.
Yeah. But he played good. He played good when he came in. I thought he played good.
Another thing I'm seeing is the reason they're not going to put Cooper DeJean out there is because if they have him as an outside corner in 2 or 3 years, they're going to have to pay him more money as opposed to playing in the nickel.
Right.
I think either way, they're going to have to pay him some sort of big contract.
He's going to get the bag.
Let's just throw like an arbitrary number. Let's just say his guarantee for being an outside corner is $35 million, and on the inside it's $28 million.
Yeah.
Either way, you're still throwing him a big chunk of money in a couple years. I don't think the Eagles are too concerned about that because Howie Roseman always knows how to work the money around and keep his guys in house. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
String, baby.
But I think hopefully Ja'Cory and Bennett, and this is not a game where you need to worry about your cornerbacks on the outside.
No.
So hopefully, I'm going to just get Bennett as many reps as I could. Hopefully you're having a big lead in the middle of the game where you can put him on the outside and be more aggressive with your coverages and be more aggressive with your defense. And I just feel that this is a game they should win by at least 10.
Ooh,
and
like
I just don't.
But I like the 10.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs. They still got Patrick Mahomes, still got Travis Kelce. It's in Arrowhead.
They seem like they're out of rhythm though.
Yeah, they do, and I think they're on just as much rest as we are because they played Friday, we played Thursday. Yeah. They have to travel from Brazil, but they're not going to be jet lagged after 9 days. They should be over that with no problem.
Right.
I kind of feel like this is a game the Eagles should be able to win comfortably.
I agree.
But if you look at the Eagles in the first month of the season under Nick, they've always started 1-0, but they always get off to a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah. And like last year we were 2-2.
And yeah, I'm not one of those kind of people to say, oh, it's a good loss or it's okay if you lose this game. If they lose this game, it's not the end of the season. It's not the end of the world.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely, they do have a tough schedule.
Yeah.
I know it's an interconference game. You're not playing, if you lose to the Chiefs, it's not going to hurt your playoff standings in terms of, your tiebreakers and what have you. But, to be able to go in there after, all the things that were said about the team after they barely beat Dallas and, all the Jalen Carter fiasco, if he goes out there and has a big game, if they respond as a team and play well, it would just go to it would speak in real good volume about how well Nick has a control on the team and how they're able to respond after bad things like that. Even though they won, it almost felt like a loss in a way because of what Carter did, and it kind of brought the meter of the team down a little bit.
Yeah, it's like we didn't see the best version of ourselves, and
I remember it was like a weird comparison. I remember watching the Last Dance, and there was that one episode where Scottie Pippen, he didn't want to come in the game at the end of the game, and they won the game.
Yeah.
But Phil Jackson said when we went to the locker room, everybody was just down, and everybody was pissed off at Scottie. And I'm sure the weather delay at halftime.
That killed everything. It popped the balloon in the game. Honestly, nobody wanted. It didn't seem like anybody wanted to go out there and play anymore.
And hopefully somebody. I think after that fumble when it was 24-30,
it killed the momentum.
If the delay didn't happen, the offense scores.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The momentum swing was so big there.
But still, the life I felt was kind of for all the people that were at the game and they talked about it. The life was kind of taken out of the stadium right after the first play because you lose your fullback on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And then you lose your best player for the whole game on defense for something that was so stupid.
Yeah, I think everyone can agree on that.
Yeah.
But, I'm excited to see this weekend. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I know it's definitely going to get a lot of viewership. But, minus all that, I think we can go in there and beat them again. Last time we were there, we beat them. Oh, well, they dropped Mr. fucking Valdez Scantling dropped the ball. I don't care, bro. We went in there and we beat them. So, I'm confident about what we can do. We got to get back to running the ball. I know they clamped us a little bit in the Super Bowl. They probably might follow the same type of, schematic on defense with, Spags and everything. But I think we're going to stretch the field a little bit. I think Jalen's going to take chances with his receivers. I think Devontae Smith's due for a big game. And maybe even Grant Katera can
Maybe.
step up. I mean, him and Jalen always had like a connection since their days back at Oklahoma. So like, he had a good year last year, and he filled in really good for Goddard when Goddard wasn't there. So like maybe he can come back in and step in and fill in pretty good blocker as well. So we'll see with that. Tank Bigsby, maybe return game comes back. We don't have we don't have Britton Covey.
We don't have anybody.
We don't have Britton Covey out there, and we're taking wallops of hits and whatever. But actually, he did pretty good last year. I gotta give him some credit. But
Yeah, he did.
But I mean, like, it's gonna be interesting to see how they incorporate Tank, and I was reading Shipley's kind of coming back to form here. I just think the Eagles are gonna have to use all their backs and use every type of weapon they can, to like look the way they should be looking, and I think things will work out the way it should.
Me too.
But Vinny, I appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Anytime, Joey.
Absolutely. All right, my friend. Until next week.
See you, brother.
All right. So we're back, yes, and there's a big fucking fight going on, like a generational fight with like two guys that are generational fighters, especially the one, but the other one has a resume that is looking to get some more to it. So, big fight, and I have to have the right person in here to talk about it, and that person is Carlitos Way World. Yes, how you doing, my guy?
As your boy Carlitos from CarlitosWayWorldTv. We here on Call It How We Say It with Joffey. We're going to talk boxing. We're going to talk boxing. We're going to talk about Canelo. We're going to talk about Crawford. This boy will get knocked out, man.
Oh,
Crawford,
shit.
man. That's all I'm going to say. He going down. And that's what we're going to talk about. Good.
All right. Okay. All right. So you think that, we'll just throw it out there right now. You think that Crawford's going to go down?
Yeah, so, if I was to bet right now.
Yeah. Well, if you had a bet, Carlitos, who are you, tell me you're going to drop your bet.
If I was to bet right now, even though I can't, because I put myself on a restriction, because I used to go crazy on the DraftKings. But if I was to bet right now, I'll have Canelo knock out 7-8 round, knocking out Crawford. I'm not sure what the payout would be, but I'm assuming it would be plus 8,000. I don't know, 800 or something like that.
Okay.
But I'll go for that. I'll go for a knockout. But I know that's like a 40% chance. I think that might happen, but I'm pretty sure it might go the distance. But if I was to bet, it would be a knockout 7-8, maybe like a body type shit.
A body blow, huh?
Blow one of Canelo's famous. Bang. Yeah, you know where it's coming from.
No, but you don't think Crawford has power to do that either?
Yeah, no, I think he does. He's strong, but this is like a different weight class, so we never seen him fight in this weight class. I think it's like super middleweight or something like that.
Yep.
So that's like 2 weight classes above his normal weight or something like that. So, I mean,
He's gonna be out of his element.
Or everybody, all the greats done it. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, but I mean, it's people adjust. They always do a step up fight before jumping into a weight.
Right.
This guy 2-3 weight classes. Crawford. So this is we all know this is a money grab right here. This is everybody's dream. Every professional's boxer's dream is to get the jackpot. It was Mayweather before, but now it's Canelo. Canelo is the cash cow. He's the jackpot. He's the scratch off that you get for $2. And like he's him. It's Canelo.
Canelo is the one.
Be of a lifetime. And freaking, if Crawford was to lose, it is what it is. It will be, he's for greatness. He's going out for greatness, but really he's going for the money because anyone would have take the fucking money, especially the guy from one of the promoter of the fight, not Dana White, but the guy that wears the turban.
I forget his name.
I don't want to say
the Swiss Beats guy. Look like Swiss Beats.
I know what I'm talking about, but this guy's throwing
TKO.
the money. Professional fight, he's just throwing the money out and just like But he's setting up good fights.
He is setting up good fights. I ain't gonna lie. I listen. I was hating on this guy. I was. I'm like, who the hell is this clown? He's hopping in the ring with Tyson Fury and fucking Usyk and shit. I'm like, but then like I'm like, dude, he's actually setting up some good cards. And I'm like, okay. And then boom, out of nowhere, with Dana White, and I'm like, oh, here we go. This is it.
Yeah.
And then like now they're taking it to a new level. Now they're on Netflix. Dana White is definitely moving his monopoly and moving it the way he wants to. And now he's in the fight game, boxing game. It's getting gross. It's getting gross, Carlitos. It is.
Even the undercard, they're paying the undercard part is great,
Which is good.
And they're not even he's having them fight the best, not
right.
Like he's having them know like step up shit. Like we have to fight the best. We want to see who's the best. So
right.
it's sort of good. They got Fernando Vargas' son, one of the Vargases. He's in there, not on the card, and there's like some other guys in there. But that fight though, Canelo all day, bro. All day. I had something to say, but
no, but you're right about this. Like Canelo is the more experienced. But go ahead.
Like I'm sorry, but yeah, now I remember what I was about to say. It was the I think the last big fight we had was in New York, and it was a disappointment, wasn't it? With David Haney in New York.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. This is the
months ago.
Yeah. So this is one of the biggest fights. Bigger, I think bigger than Mayweather Pacquiao.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao.
But like that's the thing. So you're saying it is, and like I think it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like I definitely think this is a generational fight. But like, why is it not being hyped up like that? Like I guess like is it the Netflix? I don't know. I guess like I guess because I'm avid sports fucking sponge here. I don't feel like I'm hearing it enough.
Yeah, I think maybe because the algorithm is a little bit more different than mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, all right.
So most of what I watch is boxing, so I'm assuming they promote. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's Netflix. Netflix is big.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's gonna be watching in, and that's smart.
I feel as though you don't really have to. I mean, even you say you don't see a lot of promotions, but I mean, who doesn't have Netflix? I mean, when you go on Netflix, the first thing you see is that, and they have the 3-series show. I forget the name of it, but there is a series just like 24/7. As you see in the background, HBO 24/7. They were the first to do it with Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya.
Right.
So they have a little 3-part series with them Crawford training, Canelo training. So they are kind of promoting the fight, and then you got your little YouTube channels that interview people and shit like that. But
no, you're right. I mean,
it's out there, but
it's out there. It's out there. You just gotta like I don't know. I just feel like this fight. I feel like it should be everywhere. I feel like they should be talking about it on ESPN. I feel like they should be talking about it on Fox. I feel like it should be talked about more just because of what's like at stake here for. I mean, not for Canelo, but like more for Crawford, I guess. But I just I'm just saying there's. I don't know when we're gonna see something else this big, like this like happening. We like for the longest time we didn't even think this fight was gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The price is right.
Yeah, exactly. The right people step in and start paying. But that's the thing that drives me nuts too. You have Dana White, right? Now he's in the fight game, but he's willing to pay the fucking boxers, but he can't pay his fucking UFC fighters the right way.
Probably not even his money. Probably most of it. Well, he has a setup. I'm pretty sure where instead of just, I think there's he had like a freaking graph or whatever, like
a pyramid, yeah.
Yeah, like what the pay would be. I'm not sure, but it's there. But it looked tight low though. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, that's why some of his best fighters have stepped away. I mean, a lot of them are loyal and still keep getting in the ring and stuff.
I think they should just leave the boxing the way it is. Maybe have some type of council that's like. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some council. I don't know something, but to look, for fights that are like. Somebody's getting their ass whipped and then get robbed, shit like that. Like somebody should, get counseling and counsel or whatever. But,
all right, so this counsel that you're speaking of, what would they think about fucking Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I don't know why they keep getting Mike Tyson ass whooped. I don't know why I don't know why Mike Tyson likes to get his ass whooped. Like, I love Mike Tyson. I'm not saying he gets his ass whooped, but like. I feel like he's too old to be doing those things or whatever. But the fight with Mayweather and Tyson, I wasn't asking for it, but I'll watch it. watch it. I'll watch it.
I mean, we're all gonna watch it, but I just don't know like what weight are they gonna fight at? Like, what is this, bro? It just sounds like a bigger clown show.
No Mayweather, they probably have elements and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. I don't know. Like you said, like I'm like you. I'm a sucker. I'll watch it, but like, am I gonna be entertained by it? Am I expecting to be like an all? No, I ain't expecting anything from it.
Yeah.
So that's just like what it's been, and I guess just like you said, if the money's right, I guess. I guess one person really needs it for them to go step in the ring together, or at least both of them do. So I don't know.
It's not official yet. It's just a tease.
It's just a talk. I actually hope it doesn't happen. I really don't. I don't want to see that shit happen.
Like, come on.
You're just gonna see Floyd Mayweather running around and Mike Tyson get tired, and I don't want to see that.
Tyson doesn't really like Mayweather, but
right.
Mayweather's smart, man. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. They're just two different styles, and like that's what I'm saying. It's just I don't know. I'm not on board with that, but whatever. That's what I'm saying. That's the things that we need a counsel for.
And Mike Tyson's on streams and shit.
He's not taking shit that serious. He's not. He's not training like he was.
Bang ass, whatever.
It is what it is. But I am excited for this Canelo fight and Crawford fight. I think it is going to be good. I think it goes the distance, but what do I know? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's going to be entertaining, and I definitely, like, even without the hype around it that I don't see, I still think it's going to be very watched and tuned in, especially because it's on Netflix, because that's the cash cow, Carlitos. That is the cash cow.
And then listen, and if Canelo was to lose, kudos to Crawford.
Yeah.
Kudos. We're going props, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
All right. But no, Carlitos, I'm glad for you to hop back on and catch up, especially with this big fight coming up. Is there anything else you want to tell the people out there, Carlitos?
Not really. Just I have mad videos I upload mostly every day. Check out my YouTube channel at CarlitosWayWorldTv. And that's it, man. We here at Call It How We Say with Joffey Joe. And we chilling. And make sure you watch the fight Saturday night. We out.
We out, son. And we're back after a great week one of football. I'm so glad football's fucking back, honestly. It was just I don't know. I felt like I was watching the Red Zone on Sunday. I just had a big smile. But I have the one and only Carlo Esco in the house. How you doing, my friend?
Very good. Very good. It was a very successful week one.
Yeah?
Can't wait to see.
Tell me a little bit about your week one. Were you anywhere special?
Yes, Stadium Swimming Circa in Vegas, baby. That's the only place to watch. Only place to watch the first Sunday football these days. It was definitely a life-changing experience watching it there.
Really? Sounds like Joffey Joe needs to make his way over there sometime soon.
He sounds like for that $40 ticket I paid, that needs to happen.
I mean, it sounds like a $40 well worth spent. Well worth spent. But
very well. Very well.
Minus the viewing pleasure and everything around that. I want to know, what do you think was your biggest takeaway from week one that's coming into week two now?
Hopefully some of these guys look better. Clearly a lot of starters underperformed last week, and it shows, lack of preseason touches.
Yeah,
and hopefully we just see a little bit better football, more fundamental tackling from the defense, running backs holding on to the ball, Derrick Henry. Jamar Chase, where are you?
Yeah, you're telling me, bro. I had the number one pick.
But, hopefully some more fundamentally sound football on both sides of the ball, and we can get some better games. I mean, week one, trust me, did not disappoint. There were quite a few games that came down to the wire, and I was just like, wow.
No, for sure. I was really entertained by a lot of these games, and, there wasn't really any blowouts, and I like competitive football, as we all like to watch, other than the Colts and Miami game, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But, I mean, I mean, for the most part, though, I mean, I was pretty satisfied with what I saw. I was very entertained. I was able to stay up after working 8 hours in the morning. But, you know, I mean, that's a battle I fight every Sunday. But this Sunday, I was able to stay up and watch everything. And I was really entertained. And I'm really glad fucking football's back, honestly. I mean, but, like, even how they set things up. They have a Thursday night, Friday night, and then, you know, having college football on Saturday. And then just having, you know, Sunday. And then Monday night was a pretty good game, too. Like, against two quarterbacks that are going to be battling and duking it out for a long time. So see how that turned out. I mean, I was ready. I was sending tweets to Vikings fans. I was like, JJ, don't start me. All this shit. I was ready. I was letting them hear it, bro. And then somewhere down inside, this young man came and showed that he was the winner at Michigan. That was pretty impressive, I gotta admit.
He heard you. He heard you.
He heard everybody, bro. I mean, like, I never heard someone like, or seen someone like, at least on their first career start, to like come out like that and come back and win a game. That was pretty impressive, I gotta admit. I mean, obviously, like, you don't want to have that be the reason why you guys win every time, but still, to have that inside you and come out on a big stage like that in Chicago, it was a big flex, honestly. I gotta give McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell, honestly, might secretly be one of the best. He's like top 3, top 2 coach in the NFL, honestly.
He's a quarterback whisperer.
He is, for sure.
Look what he did with Darnold last year.
Dude, I mean, Cousins, Darnold, even, like, wasn't even there. I don't think he was there the Baker Mayfield year with the Rams. But, like, I'm just, like,
I think so.
But, like, what he's done, his track record speaks volumes, and he's a young guy. I mean, he's from the McVay tree and everything, but still, to, like, see what he's been doing, he is a quarterback whisperer. And there's not many people in the NFL you can look at that. Maybe you can look at, like, Andy Reid. Maybe McVay, but
Steichen to a point.
I mean, I would say that's a failed project because of Anthony Richardson. But, I mean, Daniel Jones could revive all that. Yeah.
TBD.
Yeah.
To be Daniel Jones, brother. It's going to be something.
It's very
if he plays
interesting.
the way he plays, if he continues this, it's going to be 2 years in a row that the New York Football Giants look stupid.
Yeah, and honestly, too, I'm going to talk about this, too. My one thing I wanted to take away was the Giants because, like, honestly, if you're going to have 2 bridge quarterbacks, right, you're going to pay one $4 million. Understood. Totally understandable. Jameis. But then when you have fucking Russell Wilson, you're paying him $33 million to do what exactly? I actually honestly think Jameis Winston at this point in their careers would throw the ball better, runs the offense better, and has a better shot of winning than Russell Wilson. Honestly, like, I only see 2 type of throws from Russell Wilson. It's the fucking moon ball, deep ball, which works maybe sometimes, and then you have the out route that I'm tired of seeing that. Like, the 5-yard out route every time. And I'm just like, this is really all he can do. I'm like, and this guy's getting $33 million. I just don't see it.
You know who else is tired of it, Joe?
Who?
You know who else is tired? Malik Neighbors is tired of it.
Oh, yeah, gosh. I mean, he was not trying to show Dayball any type of love, honestly. Like, he wasn't trying to hear it. I mean, 5 catches for 71 yards. I mean, in fantasy, that's not too bad. I think he got 12 points. But yeah, I mean, you can work with that in fantasy. But in terms of, like, trying to win a football game, that ain't going to win the game. It ain't going to do it. It ain't going to cut it. It ain't going to do nothing. And that's why the Giants have been a sorry-ass team. So, I mean, making decisions like that. But, I mean, that's on the GM. And, you know, Mara's given that, I mean, showing all this power to do that. So I don't know. Dayball, I almost want to draw straws of who's gonna fucking lose their job first. Honestly, it's because I can see Dayball. I can even see Mike McDaniels if things don't get better soon, getting canned.
No, I think McDaniels' leash is a lot shorter.
Yeah,
and it's because of all the talent that is there.
Right. I mean, we've seen him
offense with A-Chain, Hill, Waddle. You're not supposed to lose 33-8 to the Colts like that.
No, and also, too, it could be a little bit of stuff that, you know, snake bit them. I mean, Xavier Howard, that could be a big reason. I mean, understanding what Tua likes to do, they shut down the first read. And, I mean, when I was watching, I was like, damn, they're right on top of where he's going to throw the ball. But when you look at it, he doesn't... After his first read, he struggled. He was lost. I mean, he's just so focused on getting the ball out. And, you know, it's not rookie mode in Madden here. Like, you got to fucking find out other people on the field here. You know what I mean? You're going to look lost. And I understand, like, you know, in terms of his throwing motion, not the fastest, not the hardest, can't throw the farthest. It helped him, but, like, the tape's out. And if that's going to be the product, Tua is going to be done, too, honestly. Like, that's going to look like a really bad contract really quick. And you never know. So, one thing I wanted to bounce out, too, since we were talking about some of these games, honestly, the freaking Colts and Dolphins game wasn't anything to really gloat about. But I did want to know, out of all this Week 1 matchups, which game caught your attention the most? Which game did you enjoy most watching?
Falcons Bucks.
Really? Okay. I can dig that. I enjoyed watching that. I was actually just watching the rerun of that.
Baker Mayfield showed clutch gene, and Emeka Ibuka showed that he's here.
Superstar in the making.
Don't play
Superstar.
with him. Do not play with him.
He wasn't even like. It's crazy because like at Ohio State, you wouldn't have thought that. Like, I mean, you would have, but you see him more as a 2 receiver, like almost like a Chris Olave type of level. But like that, what we saw from him, he fucking took the game over. And from what I was reading too, from Mike Evans was saying, Mike Evans was telling him, like he was telling Mike Evans, I'm gonna run this deep post, and if they throw it to me, I'm gonna score. I'm gonna make the guy look bad, and it's exactly what he did, and it was really crazy. So like he definitely has a strong case for being Rookie of the Year, but also too like Penix, bro. I think. I like Penix. But yeah, bro, I'm big on Penix right now. Honestly, like, that game was it wasn't a barn burner. And actually, I thought it was going to go to overtime. We all, like, I think everybody in America, then Young Wei Koo just could not come through, man. Brutal. But, I mean, I think Penix and them definitely can build off of some of this momentum that they had in this game. And it's just, like, they had the Buccaneers number last year. And it's just, this year, week 1, it's New Year, didn't turn out that way. So, but I got to give Baker and them credit. I mean, Todd Bowles still doing a good job with that team. And, the Tampa Bay is pretty stable. I mean, we're going to play them in week 4, and we always had some troubles with them under the Nick Sirianni regime. But I think this year is going to be the year where we fucking show them who we really fucking are. And we're going to do that. But I was entertained by that game. I really liked that game a lot. I loved the freaking Steelers and Jets game, honestly. I think I could watch that over and over. I didn't, I understand it. I understand Aaron Rodgers is a fucking tree right now. He can't move around. But if you have a tree with a fucking branch that can fucking throw it, that's all that fucking matters, man. That can catapult that ball. That's all that matters. If he can stay upright and use his weapons the right way. I mean, we saw him doing Aaron Rodgers things, throwing the ball to Skoranek, freaking Austin and shit. Like, like DK got his a little bit, but, we'll see how that develops over time. But, I think the Steelers are in the right direction. Our boy Glenn was definitely going to, talk about that more in the future too. But I was enjoying that game. I mean, the freaking Baltimore and Buffalo game was huge too. I mean, go ahead.
Not in the Seahawks. Don't sleep.
That was an okay game. It was. I was really pissed because I fucking lost George Kittle again. Oh my god. Every time he's on my team, always hurts.
Something in that San Fran water.
Dude, I have Brock Purdy on my other team too. I'm just like, San Fran guys, once again. I'm just like, wow, at least it ain't Christian McCaffrey right now, right?
Don't speak too soon.
I know, but I mean, dude, they used him like a fucking government mule last week just because they had to. But, like you said, we'll see how long that lasts. But that game was okay. That was a defensive battle. I almost felt like I was watching like a SEC football or some shit like there. It's just like a lot of stops and shit. Cool. Yeah. That was a tough one. But like I said, back to Baltimore and Buffalo. That is Jim Harbaugh like a problem as a coach? Because like we have this record now. I think what is 11 comeback wins or something like that. 11 or 17, I forget. But
it feels like he just has bad luck because if you look back at the game real quick, the Derrick Henry fumble was the momentum shifter of the game.
Yes. And he's put the rock on the floor a bunch of times in that situation. It's not like it's not the first time we've seen that happen with him.
And Joe, I gotta say it, Howie strikes again. Jair Alexander looked like burnt toast out there.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman was
cooking him.
Cooking some chimichurri with Jair Alexander. No, bro.
He looked lost. He looked lost in that scheme. I guess
he lost. I thought his ankles broke on the one play.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Green Bay really did see something, and we also know that he was like nicked up last year. Maybe he's just not the same guys that we remember him being. Even against the Eagles game, I mean, we pretty much, we bullied him. A.J. Brown had a good game against him. I remember the one he got broke away from. You look at that
secondary, though, it's not supposed to happen.
No, I mean,
Marlon
Wiggins,
Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, and Jair, that's
Kyle
not
Hamilton. I know Hamilton was a little in and out, and they got the rookie too.
Yeah, but Malachi Starks.
Yes.
But here's the thing: I saw Roquan Smith missing tackles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't really
but that's part of what I was saying earlier. Fundamental football is not good for the first 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's very sloppy.
Because they take so much time off in the preseason playing. Oh, I'm only gonna play 4 snaps here, 3 snaps here. Like no,
I hear you.
At least the third preseason game, kick it up a little bit, play a half.
Exactly. It's like the first 4 weeks right now, like they've become the preseason, and that's why I guess a lot of these teams are okay with just doing these joint practices instead of doing the preseason, just to see where they're at in terms of the team. But even that's so much, and like we know what the preseason window is, but like these first couple weeks, that's why we see teams start off slow, and then they pick up momentum and steam later down the line and stuff. So we'll see how things like that break down. Like the Eagles last year, they were 2-2, and then they gained steam and they rolled down they rolled down. Even the Chiefs too. They had their little win streak or whatever going on, and then they were able to keep progressing and winning. So like we can see this type of trend happen moving forward with better teams. Like the better teams are always going to just show up and be the better team. Like it's a matter of when and when and why. You know what I mean? So we're going to see that happen. I did want to wrap things up here, and I did want to know. How's things going for you in fantasy?
I had a great week.
Really?
I don't know about you.
I went 1-3.
The Travis Etienne emergence, even though I left him on the bench.
The year that I don't draft the guy.
He looks like the smartest pick of the century. I got the guy in the 9th round, and now I got trade offers coming out the wazoo.
Oh, really? Lucky you.
Yeah, because my running backs in the one league, I started Tony Pollard. Guess what? Not starting this week.
Yeah, I know that fumble hurt. I started him too. He's my number 2 back. In my one league.
On my bench last week, it was Javonte Williams, J.K. Dobbins, and Travis Etienne.
Quick note, real quick. Quick note. If you're the fucking Cowboys and you have a running back that has 2 touchdowns and has been moving the fucking chains, why are you taking him out of the game? Is that just like idiotic? I still don't understand that. I'm still trying to think about that. I'm like, this guy's been moving the chains. We're having a hard time stopping him. Oh, let's use Miles Sanders. Oh, let's throw the ball in the middle of the field where where the other team's linebackers are going to stop the play. Like, horrible coaching. But I just wanted to say that real quick.
Joe, you're overthinking. First of all, who cares? If it's working and they want to break, if it's working and they want to break it, if they want to mess it up.
Who am I to tell them how to run their team, right?
They're the champions of the '90s, America's team that isn't America's team.
But I'm just tired of the fucking Cowboys because now when they play us, it's like their biggest game of the year. It's like the Super Bowl to them, and it's like, oh, we almost beat you guys. I'm like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, go fucking play somebody else. Like, whatever.
They almost beat us, and I almost made the high school basketball team. Congratulations. Yeah. Where'd that get you?
Exactly.
Nowhere.
Exactly, Dallas. Get out of here. All right, but back to fantasy and back to what you had lined up with running backs.
Well, Lamar Jackson in my one league, he's Lamar Jackson. Jackson Smith and Jigba, he is everything that looks like as advertised. Drake London, you stay healthy, you're gonna be my guy.
Sounds like me and you have similar teams here. Good thing we're not in the same league.
Nico Collins, you need the offensive line to block.
But that's on Stroud too. I didn't see. I see him regressing, bro. Honestly, he's regressed. Maybe it's that division. I don't know, but he definitely has regressed.
I think the division might have gotten a little better.
I like
what
Cam
I saw
Ward.
out of Jacksonville. Duval. All right.
Yeah, but it's against Carolina.
Okay, it's still so promised no matter what. It gives them a little bit of confidence that they very so much need.
Right. No, you're right about that.
Indianapolis has a lot to.
We'll see if that sustains. What if in a crazy world in a scripted world that some people want to talk about, what if they just wanted to have Jim Irsay, they wanted to give a game for Jim Irsay. What if they just wanted to do that?
And Daniel Jones does not have control of that.
No, but I'll give him
Daniel
credit.
Jones also doesn't throw the ball that well.
No, that's what I'm saying. He threw fucking missiles, bro. I remember the one to the sideline where Alec Pierce caught. I was like, holy shit.
He made Michael Pittman look relevant.
I know, and I had him on the bench on 2 of my leagues, but
as long as Daniel Jones is the starter, Tyler Warren is up there with Brock Bowers in my eye.
Yo, I know these new hybrid tight ends are like really crazy, honestly. Like Tyler Warren.
They all go to TEU.
I know they go to Penn State, man. Fucking Penn State.
No, they go to that TEU, the tight end camp.
The George Kittle camp. The George Kittle camp. But Penn State does produce a lot of good tight ends.
They do.
Yeah. I just want to say that.
We are. All right, cool.
Well, I'm glad you did better than what I did because I went 1-3 in my, out of my 3 leagues. Mistake? Yeah, it was. But
what was your biggest?
Leaving
biggest person you left on the bench.
leaving Pittman on the bench hurt. I'm gonna have to nose around a little bit, but I mean, I had Herbert in my one league on the bench.
For who?
For Kyler Murray. I mean, it wasn't too much of a drop off. It's a 5.
It wasn't. That's not too.
No,
bad.
it wasn't that bad. But Jahmyr Gibbs didn't do anything for me, and that kind of hurt.
10 receptions. He didn't do anything for you. 15 points.
I'm interested to see what Charbonnet might do too.
I think he's the RB1.
I mean, right now with Kenneth Walker dealing with this injury, I have Charbonnet on 2
I
of my
think
benches.
healthy.
Yeah, and he's bigger. He's a bigger guy, man. I mean, I almost felt like it was a matter of time until he was going to be there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the one league. I mean, like I said, having Pittman on the bench, that might make me reconsider things. I'm really in between, like having Brian Thomas and Michael Pittman start. I don't know. I'm in a little fickle with that.
Brian Thomas, I'm going to give him another week.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a little. He had a rushing touchdown, I believe, which was kind of different and weird. But
Liam Cohen has had some top offenses. Maybe we got to cut him a little slack, and I give him a little leash. But message to Liam Cohen: get my dude the ball. I don't got time for this.
I'm talking about Brian.
Yes, BTJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have him in 2 of my leagues. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping this LSU receiver,
Like, come on, brother. Come on now.
Duval.
Hurry up.
We'll see. I don't know. I still think they're a little fraud just because they beat Carolina.
Jury's out. We'll see.
And the jury's out on Bryce Young, man. I was really trying to.
Very disappointed. He was dropped this week for Michael Penix.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm surprised he's in all 3 of my leagues he's not on the team.
I'm looking at him and said, well, Bryce Young ended the season so strong last year. I had hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, he had like no look touchdowns. I was like, okay. I was like, finally. I was like, kudos, bro. You went through a lot of shit. Now you're starting to come better. And then like he just fucking got shit on again. I'm just like, damn, bro, you're back to square one.
back to being 5'2".
For real. It's just a small guy in a big guy's game. But I'm gonna wrap up on that note, JC. I appreciate you coming on and calling things as you see them.
All right, I appreciate you having me. We'll be talking Sunday. Absolutely,
we'll be talking more, and we'll be talking more and more and more because football is king right now. But thanks again, JC. Appreciate you, man.
That's right.
Yeah.